Halftime here at Warrenton High School, where the Bulldogs lead Warrenton 32-13. Leading scorers for Warrenton: Elijah Peth has 3, Brandon Johnson has 3, Brody Meyer has 3, Evan Schenk has 2, and Taylor Anderson has 2. For the Bulldogs, Charlie Fisher has 2 first-half points. Sam Ryan has 5 first-half points. Their leading scorer is Jaden Eldridge. He came in averaging 15, and he currently has 12. P.J. Perkins has 8. He averages 11 per game. And then Caden Benny, he has 5. He averages 14 points per game. So the Warriors are down by 19. Look to get their way and fight back into this, turn things around. Turning things around doesn't necessarily mean they have to win, but to battle and get better and get ready for the rest of the season. You know, they got this is a non-conference game. They have conference games coming up this week against Winfield and I believe St. Charles West. So, you know, the goal now is just to get better and improve. And if you can fight back, I'm not saying you can't fight back, but you certainly can fight back. But, you know, the old announcer saying is you want to cut the lead in half by each quarter. So after this quarter, you're trailing by 19, so you want to get it down to 9 or 10 if possible. But like I said, if not, there's still things that Coach Thomas and the team can work on to get better, improve for the rest of the season, for the rest of this week. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the rest of this week, we have a C-Team game tomorrow night in Wright City. We have a snow makeup game Thursday night at St. Charles West, and then back here for Winfield on Friday night. It's our Pink Out night, so make sure you pay attention to that. We got a couple great baskets to raffle off for Pink Out Susan G. Komen Foundation. Let's play ball.
Bulldogs start the second half with the ball. Benny has the ball over to Fisher. He's contested by Peth. They get the ball to Perkins, kicks it out to Benny. His three-pointer, nothing but nets. The Bulldogs start the second half just like they started the first half, knocking down shots. They got a hot hand tonight. Bulldogs come back out in a 1-2-2 zone defense this time. Peth has the ball, gets it over to Johnson. Brandon Johnson starting the second half. Taylor Anderson as well, Diedrich Forrest, and Mason Thompson are your starters, along with Elijah Peth. Thompson has the ball on the right wing. Gets it over to Anderson at the elbow, out to Forrest. Coach Thomas calls out a play. Gets it over to Peth at the left wing. Defensive switching, giving some headaches for the Warriors. They get the ball on to Anderson. Nice pass by Brandon Johnson. Little bounce pass to Taylor Anderson. And Anderson takes it up strongly and scores. Johnson's going to guard Fisher for the Bulldogs. He has the ball at the point. Close to half court now. It's picked by Perkins. He'll pick and roll. Warriors switch. They get the ball inside to Benny. And Benny knocks another one down. He's got 5 of those second half points for the Bulldogs. Forrest has the ball at the point. Gets it over to Johnson. He's guarded by Benny. Back to Forrest in the corner. Forrest reverses the ball. Back to Johnson, over to Peth. Forrest fakes 3, drives, penetrates, steps back, shoots the double, doesn't go. Rebound by Taylor Anderson. Good effort so far by the Warriors on the offensive end. Getting good shots, getting good looks, taking care of the ball. Peth has the ball, dribble penetrates, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Eldridge. Fight for the loose balls, picked up by Perkins, stolen back by Peth. Peth over to Anderson. Anderson gets the layup. Anderson's got 4 second half points on 2 good assists. One by Brandon Johnson and the last by Elijah Peth. Fisher has the ball for the Bulldogs, over to Eldridge. Perkins over to Benny. Benny to Perkins. Perkins dribble penetrates and usually gets called for the travel. Turnover Bulldogs. Warriors get a chance to narrow the lead here. They're going to change the defense again, pick up a little 1-1, 2-1. Haven't seen that before. They quickly break that pressure and get the ball up the court. Peth has the ball. Pick and roll from Anderson over to Forrest. Forrest back to Peth. Jab fakes. Dribbles. Guarded by Benny over to Johnson. Johnson dribble penetrates. Picks up his dribble on the baseline. Tries to get it to Forrest cutting, but misses the connection and the backcourt violation for the Warriors. Just need a little more bounce on that pass. Kind of skipped the low on him. Bulldogs ball out of bounds on the right sideline. They get the ball into Benny. Benny over to Fisher. Looking for Eldridge off this double screen. Eldridge three. Bam! Knocks down another one.
He has a pretty shot for sure.
Got a nice release.
15 points for the night, so.
High arch. Yep, you're right. Forrest over to Peth. Peth over to back to Forrest. He's double teamed at the point. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson to Forrest. Fisher tries to strip him. Forrest reverse spins. Gets it inside to Anderson. Baby hook. Doesn't go. Eldridge with the rebound. Bulldogs on the secondary break. Get it over to Benny. His three. Hits the front iron. No good. Auburn with the rebound. Auburn jump hook. Goes down. They stop him on defense, but you got to get him off the boards as well. Johnson has the ball. I'm sorry, it was Thompson. Thompson over to Forrest. Looks like the Bulldogs are falling back into a 2-3 zone. Forrest takes a long three. Doesn't hit it. Fight for the loose ball. Peth knocks it off the foot of the defender, Fisher, retaining an extra possession for the Warriors. Ryan into the game for the Bulldogs. Shank for the Warriors. Looks like Thompson's going to get a blow on for the Warriors. Shank for Thompson. And Benny gets the blow for the Bulldogs. Johnson has the ball on the wing, guarded by Eldridge. Gets the ball Anderson at the elbow, out to Forrest. Forrest goes up for the pass and gets fouled. Looks like they're going to get Fisher. Going to get Fisher on the foul. It's his first. Diedrich is yet to get on the scoreboard tonight. He needs to get the offense going here. Bulldogs doing a good job defensively. Johnson tries to get it in bounds. Stolen by the Bulldogs. Ryan has the ball for the Bulldogs. Over to Fisher. Fisher into Auburn. Auburn at the elbow, looks for the back cut. Nobody's open. Out to Eldridge for the three. This one goes in and out. Didn't know he was going to be able to miss. Fight for the loose ball, goes out of bounds to get the Warriors. Bulldogs still have possession. P.J. Perkins comes out of the game, and so does Fisher. James Matthew, the sophomore, comes in. Matthews is going to trigger the inbounds pass, gets it into Eldridge. Fight for the loose ball. Good defense by Forrest, and Peth comes up with the loose ball. Peth on the secondary break. Tries to get the ball over to Evan Shank. It goes out of Evan's hands and falls out of bounds. Bulldogs ball. Sam Ryan's into the game for the Bulldogs. Benny has the ball at the point, gets over to Ryan. Benny comes off the screen by Eldridge. He pulls the three, hits the front of the iron, rebound by Ryan. Ryan's jump shot, nothing but air. Fight for the loose ball, and they're going to go out of bounds on the Bulldogs. Warriors ball. A lot of the rebounds going to the Bulldogs tonight. When they do miss, they're getting the offensive boards too. Double team by the Bulldogs on Peth. Peth gets it over to Forrest. Forrest back to Peth. He's guarded by Eldridge. A little hand check there. Peth dribbles back, looking to shoot, pulls up a three, and hits the side of the rim, doesn't go. Anderson hustles, tries to get it back in bounds, but does not do so. Keeper's coming back in for the Warriors, his first exciting in the second half. Perkins and Fisher return for the Bulldogs. Out go Alber and Eldridge. Warriors trail by 25, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Matthews with the ball on the left wing for the Bulldogs. Over to Perkins, looks to reverse it. Diedrich Forrest keeper guarding him. Perkins takes it to the hole, denied, and keeper comes down with the rebound. Forrest on the secondary break. He's going to take it all the way. He does, and he makes his first basket of the evening. He gets on the board. Matthews, a sophomore guard for the Bulldogs, brings it up. Warriors picking up the defensive intensity. Keeper almost gets a steal. Matthews picks it up in this back court. Guarded by Peth now. Over to Ryan. Ryan hands off to Perkins. The Warriors switch on defense. Perkins throws off the dribble, but the Warriors knock it out of bounds. Keeper knocks it out of bounds. Austin Maxwell, the 6'1" senior guard, checks in. James Matthews comes out for the Bulldogs. Fisher gets it into Maxwell. Over to Perkins. Bulldogs work the ball around the horn. Benny calls for a screen. Warriors switch on defense. Bulldogs reverse the ball around to the far side of the court. Maxwell with a deep three. Back iron, no good. Peth with the rebound. And he is promptly stripped by Ryan. Ryan gets it to Benny. Benny throws the alley-oop to Perkins. Benny to Perkins. Alley-oop is good. That's Perkins' second alley-oop hoop of the night. He's a 6'3". Perkins is a 6'1" senior guard, but he can fly. Benny with the steal against Forrest, and he makes the easy layup at the other end. Benny's got 7 second-half points so far, third quarter points. He's had a good third quarter. Forrest has the ball, breaks the pressure of Fisher. Peth comes over, has the ball. He's hounded, double-teamed. And they're going to get Charlie Fisher with his second foul of the game. Eldridge comes into the game, or returns to the game for the Bulldogs. Out goes Sam Ryan.
Less than 10 seconds go in this third quarter. Warriors are down 46-19.
Forrest long three doesn't go. Bulldogs try to get off the shot before the buzzer. And the long shot by Charlie Fisher does not go. After three quarters, Bulldogs lead the Warriors 46-19. Third quarter scoring for the Warriors. Diedrich Forrest had 2, and Taylor Anderson had 4. 6 points for the Warriors. For the Bulldogs, P.J. Perkins had 5, Holden Alber had 2, and Caden Benny had 7.
So it sounds like we went the wrong way in that 10 points we need to make up. We let them get 10 more points on us.
Yep, we're getting close to the 30-point mercy rule. So if the fourth quarter seems like it goes quicker, that's because when the state of Missouri, when a lead gets up to above 30, there'll be a running clock in the fourth quarter. So we'll see if we get to that point. Hopefully we don't get there. Just want to let listeners know that that's a possibility. Forrest has the ball for the Warriors. Now over to Peth, back to keeper, over to Brandon Johnson. Johnson double team, splits the double team, gets it to keeper, down to Shank, over to keeper. Forrest has the ball, double team once again. He dribble penetrates, splits the double team, and hits the running one-hander. Diedrich scores. He's got 4 here in the second half. Fisher has the ball at the point for the Bulldogs. They're running a 1-4 high offense. They get out of that now. Get the ball to Eldridge on the wing. Do a little dribble handoff to Perkins. Perkins dribble penetrates, kicks it out to Benny. Benny to Fisher on the baseline. Fisher kicks it out to Perkins, reverses over to, is that Maxwell? That's Maxwell. Maxwell missed a short jumper, brought down by Brandon Johnson. Forrest on the break. He's double teamed. Gets the ball over to Johnson. Johnson inside the keeper to Shank. Nice ball work there by the Warriors. Evan Shank scores for the Warriors. That's his 4th point of the game. Warrior Spirit crowd is still into it, crying out for defense. Corner 3 goes. And that was Austin Maxwell, his first point of the game. He averages 3, and he got his average right there in the corner 3. Shank, another nice pass from keeper. He's blocked by Perkins from behind, fast break. Eldridge up to Fisher, and Fisher converts the fast break. Warriors on their own fast break. Eli Peth with a double pump shot. No good. Brandon Johnson rebounds and scores with the ball without coming down on the ground. Tips it back up. Keeper strips Perkins. Keeper does a right-handed layup and converts. Thought he might try to dunk over him there. Fisher brings the ball up for the Bulldogs. And I believe we're going to get a timeout by the Bulldogs. I think it's basically a substitution timeout. But as long as Coach called the timeout, I think he's going to go ahead and talk to his boys for 30 seconds. A little spurt from the Warriors there. And if you can't win the game, then try to win a quarter. And if you win a quarter, then you want to try to win the half. Different little goals you can set, little mini goals as you play this game. You know, it's easy to get down and say this one's already probably over. But as a coach and as a player, you got to keep on working and try to get better. So if you can't win the game, try to win a quarter. Then if you win a quarter, you want to try to win a half. Fisher has the ball now, gets it into Eldridge. He's picked up by keeper. Over to Auber. Auber hands off to Fisher. He pulls the 3, and it rims in and out. Brandon Johnson with another rebound. He's done a nice job on the boards here in the second half. Gets the ball over to keeper. Keeper over to Forrest. Forrest dribble penetrates, guarded by Fisher. Shakes Fisher, shoots a fadeaway. Johnson with another rebound. And Brandon Johnson puts another one back up. That's 2.
That was another great shot.
Yeah. Johnson's going to the basket, getting the ball. That's what you want. Somebody to make things happen, a ball hawk. Fisher now with the ball with the Bulldogs. Gets it over to Maxwell, reverses to Eldridge. Eldridge on being guarded by Forrest. He takes it up over Shank, misses 2 shots after getting his own rebound. Fight for the loose ball, gathered by the Bulldogs. Eldridge is going to drive and kick it back out. Stolen by Peth. Eli's got a fast break going against Fisher. Fisher is going to be called for the foul. Looks like he got the ball cleanly, but definitely got him with the body down low. Easy to look up high, but you got to watch the body because Peth went flying out of bounds. Clearly an body foul there. Guards trying to be big men in there, battling. So Eli's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Hits nothing but cotton on the first one. Returning for the Bulldogs, Sam Ryan. Out goes Austin Maxwell. Peth drains the second one just like the first one. Good form, good rotation, nothing but net.
And brings the lead back down to 20 for us.
Fisher up the court. Gets the ball over to Ryan. Ryan over to Auber. Auber out to Fisher. Auber Fisher dribble penetrates and reverses layup. Not a lot of help defense there. Warriors got to rotate over on that. Can't give up that easy layup. Brandon Johnson on the wing. Gets the ball over to keeper. Looks like the Bulldogs are back into their 2-3 zone. Forrest pulls a deep three. Johnson with another rebound. That's 3 trips down, 3 offensive rebounds by Brandon Johnson. Johnson threw the ball and hit a player's foot and bounced out of bounds. Warriors are going to retain possession, and they're going to get some substitutions in. We're going to see Jay Sanders and Marcus Green. Sanders is a junior guard. Green is a sophomore forward center. Peth has the ball. He splits a double team, stops in the lane, shot fakes, pulls the trigger, and drains another. Peth's got 4 points, 2 baskets each the last 2 trips. Matthews has the ball, brings the ball down the court, tries to get it to Auburn, but had too much spin on the pass. Auburn couldn't control it, went out of bounds. Turnover, Bulldogs. Warrior basketball trailing by 20 here. Johnson going to be, that was Jay Sanders going a little too quickly as he tries to make his first appearance in a while in a varsity game and just got excited and turned the ball over there. Only starters in for the Bulldogs are Eldridge and Alber right now. Eldridge brings the ball up, guarded by Johnson. Keeper comes over and rotates, helps. Keeper guarding Eldridge. Eldridge shot fakes, dribble penetrates. Green with the steal over to Johnson. Johnson brings the ball up. Dribble penetrates, gets into the lane, and I think he took one too many steps. Going to get him for a travel. Benny comes in for the Bulldogs. Also checking in first time, Hunter Bickle. And P.J. Perkins returns. So Perkins is a starter and Benny the starter. Coach is going with 3 reserves and 2 starters here as they try to run out the game here, up by 20. Mixture of young kids and older kids, getting some experience, but keeping some veterans on the court to run the clock and maintain pressure. You're going to get a moving foul against the Bulldogs. James Matthews gets called for the moving pick. Didn't get his feet set on that. Extra possession for Warrenton here. Peth brings the ball up the court. Gets it over to Sanders. Sanders to Johnson. Johnson penetrates, kicks it over to Keeper. Keeper back to, tried to get it back to Sanders, but it was stolen by Benny. Benny was pressured by Sanders and turns the ball over by stepping out of bounds. That's 2 turnovers, kind of uncharacteristics of Mexico so far this evening. Peth has the ball outside. Gets it into Green. Green shot fake, steps under, and draws the foul.
It's a Marcus Green going to the line. He's a sophomore here at Warrenton.
Who'd they get on the foul? They got Sam Ryan on the foul. His second. Green drains the first one. Another Green checks in, Markel Green. He comes in for Brandon Johnson. Green's second free throw is short. Perkins on a rebound. Fast break quickly by the Bulldogs. Matthews out to Bickle. His 3 does not go. Fight for the rebound. And the referee calls a jump ball on that. Sam Ryan crashing the board hard for the Bulldogs. Goes over the back of Green. Referee calls a jump ball. And the Bulldogs will retain possession underneath their own basket. Matthews will have the inbounds pass. Guarded by Peth. Gets it into Perkins. Perkins over to Benny. Benny's going to pull it from 25, and he knocks it down. That's his second 3 of the second half and his third 3 of the ball game.
That brings him up to 15 points for the game.
Peth has the ball, pressured by Benny, and they're going to get Peth for shuffling his feet. Did a good job of pass faking, get the defenders to get in the air, but when he stepped under, He switched his pivot foot, or picked it up at least. Matthews brings the ball up for the Bulldogs. Comes off the pick by Perkins, looks to give it back. Kicks it out, gets back to Perkins at the free throw at the top of the key, over to Benny. Matthews is going to pull a 23-footer. It rims out, fight for the loose ball. Benny comes down with it, gets to Matthews for a corner three. He knocks that one down. Matthews shoots it from 39% from the three-point line. That's good, especially for only a sophomore. Usually if you're around 33%, that's good. He's well over 33%. Keeper keeps it, kisses it off the glass, but does not go. Ryan with the rebound, brings it up on the delayed break. Over to Perkins. Perkins on dribble it in, kicks it out to Matthews for another three, and he knocks that down. Mexico calls a 30-second timeout once again. Just a substitution timeout to get some players out. 62-34, they're back up to a 28-point lead. Peth over to Sanders. Nobody's guarding him. He dribbles in, penetrates, and draws contact. Goes down hard. Hopefully Jay gets up no worse for the wear.
Jay's a pretty tough kid, so.
Yeah, he's not getting up quickly, unfortunately. Trainer's going to come out and take a look at him. The foul was on, I thought they said 31 or 21. At this point, it's not really important. What's important is the health of the Warrior player. Jay's kind of the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, for the JV team. He's a junior guard, but when he's out there playing, he plays with a lot of energy and plays at a very fast pace. And he was definitely playing at a fast pace there when he drove into the lane. Just kind of got undercut as the Bulldogs didn't know who they were guarding, and some guy just rotated over to try to pick him up. And I think that was Devontae Frame, and drew the foul. In a situation like this, if a player cannot go to the free throw line after being injured, then of course the substitution will be allowed. So looking ahead, we just want to tell the viewers that the Mexico Bulldogs will be back in action tomorrow night at 8 p.m. at Fulton High School, which has a record of 6-10. And hey, there's some good news for the Warriors. Jay is being up on his own 2 feet, being helped off by Marcus Green.
And smiling.
So hopefully it's just a wind knocked out of him and a little bruising. Nothing too serious. Looks like Diedrich's going to come in and take his place, and will go to the free throw line. Diedrich shoots it at a rate of 75% from the foul line. Meanwhile, the Warrenton Warriors will face St. Charles West High School on Thursday with a tip-off set at 7 p.m. St. Charles West is currently holding third place in the GAC North. Diedrich's first does not go. And the second hits the back of the iron, no good. Green with a rebound, takes it up strongly, and has a soft touch. Marcus Green with 3 second-half points. Or fourth quarter points even. Frame over to Brixton. Stolen by Peth. Peth on a 1-on-3 fast break. Kisses off the board, but a little too hard. Does not go. Frame on the fast break. Contested by Green at the basket. And Green stops him from scoring. Gets the ball over to keeper. Under a minute to go here. Keeper splits 2 defenders and makes the right-handed layup. His 4th point of the ball game. Coach Pappas for the Bulldogs holds up his hand. I think he's telling the boys just to run out the clock, but they shoot the ball anyhow. As players who often don't get to play a lot want to score and get their name in the scorebook. That was Hunter Bickle who didn't make the basket. Forrest has the ball in the front court for the Warriors, and I think he's going to do what Coach Pappas for the Bulldogs wanted his players to do, and that's just run the clock out. Don't want to see any other players get injured tonight. Like we said, Mexico plays tomorrow night at Fulton, and The Warriors have 2 games, one on Thursday and one on Friday, so we want everybody to be healthy. No need to get a senseless injury. Peth tries to beat the buzzer, does not go. End of the ball game. Your score is Mexico 62, Warrenton 38. So that's a wrap on the game here tonight. The Mexico Bulldogs have come out on top with a final score 62-38. The Warriors competed well and gained some valuable experience in this non-conference affair against a really good opponent. This will only help them get better as they get prepared for the next 2 conference games. And we want to remind fans that in Friday night's doubleheader of Hoops Actions, the Warriors will return home to play conference rival Winfield. The girls, who have won 6 of their last 7 games, will tip off at 5:30, followed by the boys around 7 p.m. Wins against these formidable opponents could catapult the Warriors into contention in the conference standings. If you can't make it to the game, tune in right here for the Warrenton Sports Network for all the excitement. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. John, you have any final words?
Just remember, Friday night is Pink Out Night. Susan G. Coleman, they're doing raffles. Both boys and girls each have 2 baskets. You can come and do a donation for that night, or definitely watch us here on the Warrior Sports Network. We're going to be here live for both games.
For John Meyer, I'm Keith Brown. Until next time, stay safe and keep supporting high school sports.